What's up, YouTube family? This is Jeff with a little bit of everything home services coming to you with another video. Alright, so today I wanted to talk about lawn equipment. I wanted to talk about stages of your business, stages of purchasing equipment. Alright, understand when you first get started in the lawn, if you're doing lawn care, a lawn care business, when you first get started, family, understand that you're in the business to make money, so you may not be able to spend as much money as you want on equipment. So I'm going to kind of guide you on some great ideas, some of the things that I did, some things that worked, some didn't, so kind of steer you in the right direction. So alright, starting off a lower end budget. Not that this is a low budget by any means, but as far as a mower, you want a dependable mower. But if you don't want to spend $800 on the mower, that's more of a professional grade mower, you can get a really decent mower, but you're still going to pay for it now. You're still going to pay about $300 some. You don't want to go any cheaper than that. This mower is going to have to, you're going to cut a lot of grass with this mower. So if you're just starting off and you're looking at, well, what's the best mower for me to get that's inexpensive? And this is whether you're a homeowner or you're starting a business. Now that I think about it, homeowners too, if you're watching this is something, if you want to get something that's going to last you, but you don't want to have to pay professional grade prices, I would suggest to you getting a Husqvarna. And why I say a Husqvarna, because I had a Husqvarna when I first started, and that Husqvarna lasted me for years, and it was very dependable. One pull every time is all I ever had to do. It has a Honda motor, so that's something that the units that have the Honda engines in them, on those brands, they work well. The motor, when I end up getting rid of it, it wasn't because, like I said in another video, it wasn't because the motor stopped working or I had problems with it. The wheel broke, so I didn't want to get it fixed. I couldn't find a piece for it, so I was like, and I just ended up buying another mower. So, and I ended up selling that when I was keeping it as a backup and was going to fix it, but I found myself in a space crunch, so, I got rid of it. Alright, so moving on anyway. The Husqvarna, Pushmore 20-inch deck mower is a really, really good dependable mower. It's going to last you for years to come. If all you're using it for is home, for those of you watching this and you're looking at, a mower for your home, if you're looking for something that's going to last you for years, as far as a push mower, that has the ability to mulch and bag too, that's a great mower for that. No, it's not what they consider a professional deck mower, but I use that thing professionally for years. So and then I finally upgraded to something bigger. As your budget increase, your equipment can increase. Or if you want to just make a big purchase at one time and slowly that's up to you. But overall, I would suggest that starting off with, if you don't want to spend over $300 some, that's a really good mower to use. As far as a weed eater, some of them to avoid. Now, same thing. Now, of course, where do the professionals go to buy their weed eaters? To Stihl. Let's get with that. That's where they buy a lot of their equipment from. And then a lot of the mowers there, you go to a mower shop, as far as on the professional side. Now, later on, when you can afford to, I would suggest to get your mower from the mower shop, because you're going to get it serviced there, and it's not going to be hard to get it serviced. Now, I will say that's the only part, the negative for me as far as the Husqvarna mower was, when I did try to get it serviced, there was places that didn't service Husqvarna. So I had to go way out somewhere to find somewhere that serve. I found 2 places, but other shops, you can find them that service some of everything. But keep it on inexpensive options. One of the, and not to knock it, but one of the brands that I stay away from, I bought, and first I liked it, was the Troy-Bilt. I bought a Troy-Bilt blow weed eater, and that thing, it worked great at first. It was a 4-cycle. It was a 4-cycle weed eater. I wanted something I didn't have to make, something that was strong, and I got a 4-cycle Troy-Bilt weed eater. Now, the only problem that thing ended up having, when I used attachments, when I used to flip it up to edge, it would leak. It would leak oil. Eventually it blew some type of gasket and oil went everywhere. So I took it back. So I didn't have a really good experience with the Troy-Bilt model. I don't even see them hardly in stores anymore. And another one is I got the Troy-Bilt edger, the push edger that you can push. You know, it worked great. But another thing about it, I mean, it stopped working too, and I had to put it in the shop, and it cost me $100 to fix it. I only paid like $180 for it, and then it cost me $100 to fix it. So, I mean, all right. But overall, what I found that was really reliable as far as not expensive is the Husqvarna brand. Now, Echo has a good brand too. I heard a lot of good things about Echo. I just have never purchased it. I was going to Walmart. I was going to Lowe's. And Lowe's had Husqvarna. Home Depot had Echo brand. You know, so that was the difference. And I ended up sticking with Husqvarna because when I bought it and I got my experience from it, I was like, whoa, man, I really, really liked it. So I stuck with it. You know, then eventually I graduated to other equipment. You know, but anyway, not to go on and on and on and on, but that's just something that you can start out with, something reliable that you can depend on, that I've used in the past. And actually, my Husqvarna, I ended up trading out that Troy-Bilt weed, and I got a Husqvarna, and it's been going great. You know, so overall, I like the Husqvarna brand. Of course, now when you go up to the professional level equipment, then you start getting other things, like I said, like steel and a few other things that like I have to actually be there with my equipment. I'm doing it off the cuff. But anyway, this is just a little something kind of guides you when you're getting started, what you can get. If you have any questions, YouTube family, feel free to ask. I answer your questions, right away. I want to thank you for taking the time to check out this video. Talk to you later. Have a blessed day.